Hey, and welcome back to Squarebody Stuff. I'm Chad, your lovely host. We're going to be working on some cylinder heads for a little 305 that's going in my short bed step side we call Squeaky. If you want more videos of that, I'll be putting some pop-ups up here in the corner, or there'll be some links to some other videos in the description below. And while you're down there, go ahead and click that subscribe button if you like these videos, and ring the bell. That way you get notifications of future videos. Now we'll get started on pulling the valves out. I'm going to get this set up. Probably do kind of a time-lapse thing for most of this. We'll just see how it goes. I'll give you as much information as I know on cleaning up the valves and lapping them. Probably not the most professional way to do stuff, but it's the way I do it with minimal amount of tools. So stay tuned. I'm not going to get very in depth on this video as far as the teardown of it, because I've got other videos. Go to my playlist, and I think it's engine videos, something like that, engine how-tos. I'll put a link to that in the description below, and you can go to that playlist, and I've got videos on valve spring removal with them on the block or off the block. Pretty much everything else going on, so we'll kind of skip through that on this video and get right to the lapping the valves and cleaning them up. But we'll get set up here. I've got holes drilled in my table. I can actually bolt the head down. Alright, so I got the heads tore down now. They don't look too awful bad as far as a bunch of buildup inside the ports and everything. Valves aren't too awful dirty, just a little bit. Mainly because the valve stem seals were pretty well trashed. I've got new valve springs to put in, a little heavier valve springs. I'm going to do the biggest part of this cleanup with the wire cup wheel on my grinder. Go over real good, get a lot of the nasty stuff off of there. First, got to get your safety gear on, your PPE. Alright, I guess we can probably all agree that this looks a whole lot better than it did. I'm going to give you a quick gander at what I'm doing with these valves, how I'm cleaning them up. I just used my bench grinder with the wire wheel on it. And this is how they start out. There's intake, there's exhaust, and then this is how they end up. Nice and clean and pretty. There you go. All nice and clean. Now I'm going to finish these last two and then get set up, start lapping the valves. Alright, now that I got my valves all cleaned up, first thing you want to do is take some sort of a brush and run through your valve guides to make sure there's no debris inside there, blow them out. You got to get some lapping compound. I just get this from the local auto parts store. And I can't find my lapping tool. It's basically just a handle with a suction cup on each end of it. I don't know what I've done with it. It's either got misplaced, borrowed, whatever. So, but I want to continue on getting this done. So I'm going to try something that I haven't tried before, but I think it'll work. You just take the valve, put in there with the lapping compound like I would with the lapping tool, and put my drill on the valve stem and try to lap it that way. This may or may not be the best way to do stuff, but it's what I've got right now, and that's sometimes what you got to do to get the job done. Just use what you've got handy. Just put a little dab of lapping compound on the valve. And all the lapping compound is kind of a greasy stuff with really fine abrasive material in it. It's kind of like a liquid sandpaper. Slide it in there. See how this works. Now I'm running the drill in both rotations, just kind of I got on low speed now. Let's see how it looks. Alright, I'm going to show you the results of that. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's going to work. It looks pretty much just as good, if not better, than doing it by hand, and it's actually a whole lot easier. I get frustrated with the suction cups because they don't stick good to the valve sometimes, and it falls off, and it's a pain in the butt. But you can see the shiny part there. And here's the exhaust valve that I haven't done yet. You can see the difference. What it does just kind of sands down the mating surface to give you a good seal. You want to make sure that the lighting's not really that great, but you want to make sure that that goes all the way around and it's even. That way you know your valve face is good. And same thing on your valve. This is the valve I just got through doing. You can see it's kind of shiny and pretty well even all the way around. And that's the valve that hasn't been done yet. So you guys get the idea of what lapping valves is and what it does. It helps seal your valves, gives it a good positive seal. Okay, so I ran out of time yesterday to finish this all up. So I had the opportunity after the work to stop by the auto parts store and grab they come in a 2-pack, grab a set of these valve lappers. And all it is just a handle with suction cup on each end of it. You got smaller ones for like small engines or such. And all you do is put your suction cup on there. The problem with this is sometimes they won't stick real good and they're kind of a pain in the butt. But you put your lapping compound on there. Maybe just a little bit of oil on your valve stem. Put it in there. And you just work it back and forth like such. Kind of flop it around, work it back and forth. And that's how you use this kind of tool. I think from now on, I'm probably going to use a drill like we did earlier, instead of monkeying around with this kind of thing. So hopefully you guys got some good out of this video. Check out some of these other videos I've got. They're either on one side or the other, and on the opposite side will be a deal to subscribe. So until next time, you guys keep them square bodies rolling, and we'll catch you later.